Good morning, Internet. It is a nice and bright Thursday morning. We've got a very busy, very big day ahead of us. We got some meetings and then setting up the office some more, and that's pretty much it. So let's get moving. All right, boss man, what are we doing today?
We're going to make a really short table.
Out of this very big table.
Right, so it's still going to be a really big table, just a shorter version of it. So
what's the plan? How are we going to make this happen?
Well, I had to do a very important test, which was, does it support weight? I don't weigh very much, so I hopped up there, and it's good like around the edges. The problem is the frame underneath it was built with just a center stud, because it really is just designed to be like a work table. So most anything you're going to put on here wouldn't be heavy enough, but since we're going to be kind of transferring this over to be a platform, like something that has to support body weight, it's not quite as strong as I would like it to be. So we're going to add some additional stud bracing in here that should help disperse the weight a little bit more. Because frame-wise, we're good. It's a little wobbly right now, and the biggest problem is that the deck, the top deck that was put in this thing, in my opinion, isn't as thick as it should be. Like it probably should be. This is like a 1/4 inch or maybe a 3/8, and it really should be like 1/2 inch decking on the top. It still needs the center bracing, but the decking should be a little bit thicker. We need to just add some stud work in. Shouldn't be that bad. I've got some stud material laying around, and that should be enough. I really only need to put in like two more braces for underneath. It's got a little bit of a wobble to it right now, but we're gonna see how much of that self-corrects when it's shorter and it just doesn't have as much leverage to move around. And if we're still getting a little too much wobble, I need to pick up some material anyways to put the stair on the end of the platform. So since I'm picking up the extra material, we'll go ahead and we'll run some cross beams on the legs just to kind of box it out. Because physics. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting day because it's all about power tools and wood dust today. So we'll see how this goes.
So we put all of our projects on hold. We're about to go check out what is
super cool.
It's a
for
key
our shoot on Sunday.
Yeah, key component for our shoot on Sunday. We'll see what we can get, but it's gonna be pretty dope.
My man George.
Here's the keys for the 59.
Okay.
This is how you open the door.
That operates the poppers?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
And I just ran it this morning. It runs great.
Runs great?
Our yards. And I just
Oh,
your latches here.
baby. Okay. So just, yep, throw them back. Opposite on the other side.
Right.
So it is towards the trunk. We'll pull it back. Oh, yeah.
And the only thing I know is that sometimes this canvas, you gotta
Tuck it a little bit
Right.
to get it to do its thing.
look at.
What a view. The whole 9 yards. So by the time. Oh. Yeah.
Now,
That is. They don't make seats like this anymore.
yeah, no. Gotta get the front end because the other day, man.
So,
Woo!
you excited?
So, you know, sometimes you got to put in a hard day's work, and we've got this shoot Sunday. It's really important. It's going to be a long day, and you need the proper tools to make the picture really come to life. We have some absolutely phenomenal girls that we're taking pictures of that day, and they deserve the proper backdrop. So we're going to go ahead and make the sacrifice
And that's the backdrop.
in making sure that we're providing them an environment to look their best. And I don't know if I can do much better for Unique than a fully restored 57 Chevy Bel Air convertible. Sometimes you just got to get your hands dirty and make that sacrifice to get the job done. And,
Luckily,
we're doing that. So and
we won't
also-
be getting our hands dirty.
Yeah.
That guy's getting
Actually,
his hands dirty.
the real MVP of this whole thing is our buddy Drew here, who does outstanding detail work. So he's coming in to make this thing look its best. Not that it's not beautiful now, but he's really going to kind of give it that final once over, a little bit of love.
Yeah.
Get this thing looking like it's supposed to. So when we put the girls in it, you know, as a car guy, as excited I am to shoot a bunch of beauty queens,
I'd rather shoot the car.
this is actually a little bit prettier to me than they are. So, not that I don't love you girls, because you're awesome, but come on.
Look at it. Just look at it.
I mean, all of you girls wish you're gonna look this good when you're 60.
So how excited are you to work on this thing?
I'm pretty excited. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. There's a lot of bright work that I need to polish up, like all this chrome I need to polish. It shouldn't be too bad. We're not doing a paint restoration or anything, so it shouldn't take super long.
Hey, you know that scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off when he sits in the Ferrari and just like, oh. Sound.
Give me a little test pop. Sounds
I
good.
gotta put her down. She's getting a little warm. So you think you can handle it, Drew?
Yeah, for sure. My goal is to get it clean enough to where it's like, man, this thing's awesome. I'd be like, if you want it to get perfect, I can do it. I can do a paint
Polish
restoration.
out all the bright work.
Because you can see in the back, like on the deck lid back here.
Yeah, there's
If you look into the sun, you can see all these swirls and kind of holograms and stuff like that. I can turn that into glass.
I'm looking forward just to seeing what you do and how this, because this is actually a metallic blue.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to like once you're done with it.
Yeah, once it's clean and it has a coat of wax on it,
Really seeing that color and that
yeah, it
depth
would
come
look
out
really
of this
cool.
paint.
I'm definitely gonna polish up all the bright work because that would make this thing pop so well.
I think
like
my
the
favorite
wheels,
part of this is
entire-
the gold Bel Air.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, like that's
absolutely.
just. Man.
No, but this thing will polish up real nice.
Dude, does anybody know if this thing came with a power roof or was that an
don't know.
add-on? If you know, comment below. It was a cool time in the 50s. They
I
were
don't know.
doing some really cool stuff.
Power might
but-
be new because I know vacuum. Like if this was done in the 50s, it'd probably be like a vacuum powered type of thing. 'Cause that's what
Yeah,
it is.
and I mean, and like the owner told us, this was a 12-year project. By the way, huge shout out to Robert Corbo for letting us use his vehicles, because he's not just letting us use one of his awesome vintage cars, he's letting us use two, one of which is actually a show-winning custom 59 truck. So
Hold on, I haven't seen
that bad boy right there. Ladies and germs, I actually know a little bit about this truck. So for the car people that are watching this channel, here's the cool stuff about this truck. So this was originally a 59 Chevy pickup, but it's now been mated with a 1990 fiberglass flare side bed. When you look at like the taillights and stuff, that's really the big dead giveaway that this is that kind of early 90s Chevy truck. Then the front has been customized off of a 57 Chevy. So that's where this baller hood and everything comes from. And then inside, the entire front clip was actually pulled from a late model Camaro. But it does run on an all mechanical traditional 350. So for all of you car guys, it's pretty much an all Edelbrock upper end standard 350. I believe he told me that the block from this one was actually pulled from a Corvette and then was rebuilt. So fully shaved, chop top. A lot of little custom pieces on this one that like you kind of have to look for. The obvious one is obviously the shaved door handles and everything, so it all runs on poppers. But some really cool stuff happened with this. So like they fully shaved the back gate, so it's internal levers to lower it down, and then they relocated the fuel filler into the bed, because on the late 50s Chevy trucks, the fuel filler was actually behind the driver's side door. But on this one, where the fuel filler was, the antenna for the radio has now been Frenched into the panel. Everything on this is just super smooth. And this is old school hot rod building, because this is like hand pinstriped. Pretty incredibly well done. And we're shooting this one on Sunday too, so it's gonna be pretty cool. This is Texas. We're shooting some pageant queens from Texas. So what better way to scream Texas than let's put them on a hot rod pickup. So, you know, it's a cool blend of kind of vintage and modern. I really dig it. you know, you've got like the old tri-stack gauges and stuff that are in there, but it's a modern steering wheel, you know, that went to billet. So this is actually a true show truck, and there's actually, it's not in here right now, but there's actually a matching scooter that bolts into the bed. So when you look in the bed, there's actually 4 bolts in the middle that don't look like they make any sense, but those 4 bolts actually catch a receiver that you can mount the scooter on, and then these eye bolts right here are to help strap it down. So there's actually some trophies that this truck has won at car shows and stuff. So again, Mr. Corbo, you are the real hero of this shoot because these are gorgeous. So we really appreciate it.
So it is the end of the day, as you can see, nice and dark out. We've been very hard at work today getting the studio prepped for this weekend. The bullpen is scattered with all kinds of stuff for the office. We have gotten very close with, oh, there goes Boss Man escaping. There he is. We've gotten a few rooms very polished off. Bullpen area, messy with all this stuff. Hey, Boss Man. Let's see, my room. Haven't really been touched, I guess. Kaylin's room hasn't been touched. Today's really been just getting everything for what we need. Also, Drew is currently wrapping up the car that we're using for the shoot on Sunday, and I am so excited to see how this thing turns out. I know he's gonna do a great job, as he always does. That's gonna be great. So just got word the car is done with the detail, so we're gonna go check it out real fast. Woo!
Drew killed it. Drew absolutely killed it.
Damn.
Look at this thing.
Ooh, look at the chrome. Look how good the chrome looks. Golly.
3 hours of hand polishing chrome later. And
So how was it?
Chrome car in the world. Doing all the chrome blue. I'm not gonna lie, because that took a long time of just sitting there polishing the chrome. Yeah, after that, once I got everything cleaned off, I got super excited, and this is probably my favorite car that I've detailed so far, absolutely.
I can't wait to see it tomorrow in the daylight. It's gonna look
It looks
so
ridiculous
gorgeous.
under these lights.
Oh, he even did the top? God, that looks brand new.
For spending only 4 hours on this thing, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, the wheels look amazing.
The satin finish on the wheels like sets off the rest of the car.
It's awfully pretty.
Another day of, we had no idea what was going to happen during the day, but all in all, in-office adventures, so always good. Got to give a huge shout out to Drew, who did this ridiculousness, because this car is absolutely nuts. We're looking forward to the shoot on Sunday, where this car is just as much of a star as everything else is. But it's a ridiculously long day. I think we're pushing, almost 11 p.m. local time, and everybody got to the office like crack of dawn this morning. So we're gonna call it right after I make sure that this thing is safely put to bed. So I'm gonna have to make the sacrifice of getting behind the wheel, making sure this is where we're supposed to go. That being said, I'm done with the camera, I'm done with the man behind the camera, I'm done with that man, but I'm not done with this beauty behind me. So that's it for today.